Today I'm going to talk about AI while drawing my take on the no AI starter pack trend that's been going around on Instagram. Hey there, I'm Meruna, a picture book illustrator who loves making cute art with animals and people. So what is the no AI starter pack trend about? Basically, people are drawing themselves as an action figure starter pack, complete with accessories, and it's been a really fun trend to watch. This drawing took me an hour, and even though I could have polished it a bit more, I actually like the slightly rough human feel it ended up having. I touched on the topic of AI briefly in my last video, where I mentioned something I had read in a comment section, that some people are starting to associate AI-generated images with digital art simply because both are created digitally. But that couldn't be further from the truth. Digital artists are real people using digital tools, just like traditional artists use pencils or paint. Many of us, myself included, were traditionally trained and have spent years, sometimes most of our lives, honing our craft. Switching to digital was simply a way to adapt to modern tools, not a shortcut. And there's another side to this conversation that I haven't really discussed on my channel yet: money. Let's be honest. If you were an illustrator and you started noticing that your work was being valued less and less, what would you do? If someone pays you to create an illustration that takes you over 10 hours, but the price isn't fair, would you not look for tools to help speed up the process? Tools that mimic traditional textures, brushes, and give you more room to focus on creativity rather than repetitive tasks. That's another pro I actually should have added to my last video, where I talked about switching from traditional to digital art. Now, speaking of AI, I've also been watching the trend of AI-generated portraits in the Studio Ghibli style. And I'll admit, as an artist, it's been a little tough to watch. Sure, it's fun and people enjoy it, but what happens when money gets involved and the original artist isn't compensated? Simply because there are no clear laws or protections in place. This is just some food for thought. So, what do you think about AI and art? Let me know in the comments. Since it's Easter, and by the way, happy Easter if you are celebrating it, I'm also including a time-lapse of a cute rabbit burrow/house. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe for more illustration content. Next week, I'm working on something special, so stay tuned. And as always, stay inspired and keep creating.